Hi there, young women. It's really good to be here today. It is day 18 of Camp In. Yay! I hope you've been following along in your journal and doing the many activities that your camp leaders have been planning and preparing for you, because they're great. I've been following along and they're just really good things, and it helps us all to learn and grow. And I wanted to start today with day 18 talking about two specific things. One is our perspectives, and then how we deal with those perspectives. So I'm going to, for example, use a object lesson. I'm going to put on some glasses. I wear these quite a bit when I need to read, definitely, and it gives me much clarity when I'm reading. But also when I go outside, I wear these glasses, and it gives me a different view of the world, much easier to look at in the bright sun, right? And then I have these funky ones that I wear at Halloween, and they're like pink, and they make everything look so rosy. I love it. It's fun. So with different glasses, I look at the world a little differently. Have you ever thought that everybody has kind of a different set of glasses that they look through at the world, so that everyone's perspective is a little different depending on their background, what they've experienced in their life? People have different views, and that's pretty normal. People call that a paradigm. A paradigm is a way that we look at the world. And so I was reading a conference talk by Bishop Gerald Cassé, and it's really interesting about a perspective that changed for someone, a paradigm. So I want to read just a little bit to you. This was on a sunny spring day in 2017. The open house for the Paris, France temple was well underway when one of our tour guides was approached by a man with a sorrowful expression on his face. He said he lived next to the temple and admitted he had been an active opponent of its construction. He related that one day, as he was gazing out of his apartment window, he watched a large crane lower a statue of Jesus from the heavens and softly place it on the temple grounds. And there was a picture in the conference talk. You can see this. See that? You can see that there was a crane, and it was lowering the statue of Jesus slowly to the ground. The man declared that this experience completely changed his feelings toward the church and toward the temple. He realized that we were all followers of Jesus Christ, and he begged forgiveness for the previous harm and opposition that he had caused. So very quickly, you could see his view changed, his paradigm changed based on his understanding. So have you ever thought about what is our paradigm? How are we thinking about things? I was thinking about that as I was reading my scriptures. And just right off the bat, Nephi talks about his paradigm. He says in 1 Nephi, I, Nephi, having been born of goodly parents. So he thought his parents were the best ever, right? He thought they were goodly parents. I think Sam probably thought that too. But what did Laman and Lemuel think? Do you think they had a different paradigm? Did they have a different perspective? Sometimes I think they talked about Lehi as being a visionary man, and I'm not sure that they had that same perspective. So I think that our perspective can really make a difference in our attitude and the way that we react, the way that we act toward others, and in our life. One of the things that's helped me in my life and has helped my daughters and my family is books that kind of help us think about our perspective and the way that we're living our life. One of those books is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey. I said that wrong. Sean Covey, which is Stephen Covey's son. And Stephen Covey has a highly acclaimed national bestseller book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. But his son wrote one for teens, and it's so fun. It's full of diagrams and pictures, and it pulls it down to a level where you can really understand. One of those concepts he talks about is our circle of control. He talks about how there's things that I can control and there's things that I can't control. The things that we can control are ourselves, my thoughts, my words, my actions, my effort, my mistakes, my behavior. Those are all things that I can control. But there's things that are on the outside in this circle, can you see? That are not within my control. What color my hair is, what color my eyes are, what my shape is, sometimes is very hereditary. What other people think, what they say, other people's behaviors, the stock market, the price of tuition, and what high school I may or may not go to, or what college I may or may not go to. Some of those things are in our control, but some of them are not. So we have to think about where we should put our energies. I have an example of something that happened to me when I was in high school. I was on the swim team, and when I was walking to get into the pool, I overheard one of the mothers of my swim team mates say, "I'm not sure why she is even on the swim team. She can't swim." And I heard it, and it just tore me apart. I was so sad, and I went home, and the next day we were having a meet, and I thought about that all night long. I couldn't sleep because I was so concerned, and I was like, I've got to show her tomorrow. I've got to show, and I want to do my very best in this swim meet so that I can show that mom how great of a swimmer I am, and I deserve to be on the swim team. And the next day, I was exhausted because I tossed and turned all night, and I couldn't sleep. And I got up the next day, and I tried my best in that swim meet, but I didn't do well at all. And so I thought about that, and I realized that the one thing that I could control was for me to do my best, to get a good night's sleep, but I could not control what that mom thought. I will never be able to control what that mother thought. So why would I worry so much about it and fret? Because then what I did was I lost control of the very thing that I wanted to have control over and do my best. So I think that many times this happens to us. We get really worried and concerned about what people think of us. We compare ourselves with others, and there's really not much we can do about that. What we can control is our own actions and our own thoughts. And the scriptures kind of bring us back to that. In Proverbs 23:7, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." So let's keep our thoughts pure and clean and pure and concerned about what we're doing and how we are going to really answer to our Father in heaven about this time that we've had here on earth. That's what we have control over. And what I find is that when we do that, then we have peace. When I get up in the morning and I say my prayers and I ask for the Lord's help to help me with the things that I can control, the things that I can do better today, and then at the end of the day, what I answer, who I answer to, is my Father in heaven, how I did that day. And all that really matters is between those two times, when I pray in the morning and pray at night to my Father in heaven, how I did, because he's the one that I really want to make sure that I'm doing the right things for. And when we do that, we have peace in our lives. I know that to be true because I know that in my life it's happened over and over again. When I worry about what other people think or do, it shouldn't be so much of a concern. What I need to worry about is my reaction to that and what I can do to be more Christ-like. And I am grateful for the gospel that has always kept me on that straight and narrow path. We want to help people, do everything we can to be a servant and to do as the Lord would want us to do and be like Christ. But we can't worry about things that other people think or that other people do. And I hope and pray that you'll think about that a little bit. That's my ask for this week or for this day, is to think about your thoughts, what you're thinking, how you're thinking about it, and try to make sure that you're one that you really want to please is your Father in heaven. Have a great day.